Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us again on the podcast. Another small technical announcement from yours truly. Just to let you know, Tucker mumbles a little bit, so don't keep the volume too high, don't keep it too low. Keep it just right, and you'll feel cozy like me. Let's get on with the show. See, I can't rehearse that.
Hey, and welcome to episode 8 of our podcast, Old for My Age with Cassie, who is me, Cassie, where we talk about the lighter side of things, some dark stuff, and have a few laughs and giggles in between. This week, I'm super excited, as always, to introduce my guest, Tucker. Tucker, say hi.
Hi, my name is Tucker.
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
And this is my guest, Cassie. Welcome to Young for My Age.
Oh, no.
So, Cassie, please introduce yourself.
Introduce myself. Okay. My name is Cassie. I'm 23. Soon I will be 24. I have 3 cats. I'm married. And my favorite color is pink, hence the pink room. This is quite the bamboozle.
That's not one of my questions, so we're good still.
Okay.
So for the first question of the night,
Okay.
what's your favorite movie and how come?
So I think I don't have a solid number 1 favorite movie.
That's fine. Most people have a
I've
series.
shared this twice before, but I'm always happy to share it again. My few favorite movies, number 1, but not number 1, just listing them.
Mm-hmm.
The Muppets 2011 version. I also really like Mamma Mia 1 and 2. I also really like Pitch Perfect. Ooh, and then I watched Hustle with Adam Sandler the other day, and I really, really liked that.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
It was really good, yeah.
I haven't seen that yet. Sorry, just trying to read this light ink on the card.
That's okay. I love that this is taking the pressure off of me.
So, what's one of your favorite musicians or bands?
Ooh, great question.
Or top 3, if you can't
3.
name just one.
Is there a way for me to look at Spotify, like who I play, or is that like only at the end of the year type of thing?
Oh,
right?
for your top, it's like end of the year.
Oh, okay. Well, I really do like Taylor Swift. I've been a big Swiftie.
I've heard.
Yes.
I've heard about that.
Since I was a young lad. And let me give me a moment
Yeah, that's
here.
fine.
Yeah.
Please pull up your Spotify.
Put me on the spot. I have a very interesting taste in music.
Mm-hmm.
It's very diverse and it changes day to day. Oh, I really like 21 Pilots, even though it reminds me of an evil ex-boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the artist Ash. She's
Ash?
Yes,
Never heard of them
ASHE. She's a singer. She went viral on TikTok about 2 years ago and has had a few hit songs, but I really like her.
That makes sense. I'm not on the talk tick, so.
Lizzo. I really like Lizzo. I'm going to see her later this year. I don't know. I really like the Lumineers. One of my most played songs is the Animal Crossing theme song. I listen to that a lot. That's solid. It helps me focus.
It's very calming music.
I like Casey Musgraves. I saw her in concert. I'm not done answering this question.
That's fine. No, keep going. It's good.
I think those are some of my most recent artists, at least.
Okay.
I mean, it does change day by day, but usually when I find something that I really like, I listen to it until it makes me want to throw up. So
I do something similar, but I don't puke at the end of it. I just
not literally.
I kind of intermix it into my like songs,
figuratively, you know, like bleh.
All right, are you ready for the next interview question?
Wait, I want to.
Or you still have more musicians you like to talk about?
Yes. So I used to be a big Ed Sheeran fan, but I kind of fell off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Not that I don't have appreciation for his earlier work. It's just not my cup of tea right now.
Wrong pipe.
Let's see. Recently went to a Big Time Rush concert. I wouldn't say that they're one of my favorite artists, but it was really fun. Oh, I love this question. I love music. Music is my whole entire life.
That's awesome.
I'm ready to move on.
All right.
Although I don't feel like Lord. I do love Lord. That was one of my favorite concerts I've ever been to.
So you flew a plane up past the state you're going to see them in and then drove back down to
Sure did that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
It was grand old time. I would do it 10 times over.
That's awesome. So, would you consider yourself a reader at all?
I love to read.
So, what's some of your favorite books? Or authors, if you can't just name one book or a
Stuck
series of
in
books.
Place is a book. Okay, so a lot of people don't know this, but I actually got my master's degree in criminology. And am I using it?
No one ever uses their degrees. That's why
But I
always
spent a
push for
good
trades.
$28,000 on it.
That's awesome.
And don't even know where it is. So,
That's fine.
meaning the diploma itself. So there's a lot of books that I read while I was in graduate school that I really like, and I go back and reread sometimes. Stuck in Place, The Code of the Street. And then I also am a sucker for romance stories. It's usually pretty hard to make me cry, so I like anything that can make me cry.
Is there a genre that you gravitate towards mostly?
Not necessarily, no. I'm not very good about going out and finding my own favorite books. I rely heavily on recommendations.
Oh, okay.
So it's just
Like I lean towards like fantasy and sci-fi most of the time.
No, I don't find myself in that genre of books too often, but I do with TV shows and movies.
Nice.
Yeah.
So in the world of fantasy, who's your hero? Or in the real world, doesn't have to be fantastical
Just who's
or
my
anything.
hero? Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Any reasons why?
I mean, what is there not? Why wouldn't she be? She's an icon. Have you ever seen On the Basis of Sex, which was based
I have
off
not
of
seen that.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg and her husband? And that kind of loops back
Since
to
she
one
died,
of
yeah, makes sense.
your previous questions on movies. I really liked the movie about her life with her husband and On the Basis of Sex.
Nice.
Yeah.
So in school, college, high school, whatever, what was your favorite class or subject? Or was there one that you excelled in strongly over others? Or ones that you didn't get that good of a grade you enjoyed going to more?
So I'll talk high school first. I really liked history, but I was just never especially good at anything. Like nothing really came supernatural. But I also really didn't I didn't apply myself at all. I didn't learn how to be a good student until I was in graduate school. Like once I felt like I learned to be a good student, I was like,
language.
I could have done so much better than I did. But yeah, history when I was in high school. When I was in undergrad, all of my major classes were really interesting to me. I had one on criminal profiling that I really liked. And then when I was in graduate school, race and crime was my favorite class.
Yeah, I looked into a couple of those college courses, and I saw one was like domestic terrorism, and I was like, that sounds like a cool class to take.
I took.
There was one like it was part of like Homeland Security, the whole course, like the whole.
That was one of my favorite classes in graduate
degrees.
school was Homeland Security. I found it so fascinating. I mean, the whole experience, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm very grateful for being able to do it. Did I need to do it? Not necessarily.
No, but if you enjoyed it, it's worth the money then.
For me personally, like when I graduated undergrad, I was only 19, just about to be 20, so no one was going to hire me. So I really didn't have an option.
Yeah, there was no gateway in immediately.
But I'm the type of person that if I could go to school forever, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great questions.
I have two more.
Okay.
Oh, so what's one of your favorite hobbies?
I don't really have any hobbies. In my free time, I watch TV or movies.
That's a hobby, though.
It's a hobby? Okay.
Enjoying entertainment?
Yeah, I enjoy
It's like reading a book or...
The air conditioning. That's one of my favorite hobbies. I hang out with my friends. I like to spend time...
I've heard you have your own podcast as well.
Yeah, I do have my own podcast. I don't think it's as successful as Young for My Age with Tucker, but eventually one day we will get there.
I hope so.
Also, in my spare time, I like to spend time with my family and my cats, and recently I've been going on hot girl walks with my friend Jenna, and then I go to spin class. Well, I've been to one spin class, so I don't know if I can actively say I go to spin class,
but you enjoyed it enough
but I
for
really
you to go back.
I would, yeah,
one day.
All right.
And what's one of your biggest fears?
So I have many fears. Now, they're not debilitating, but I like to keep a mental list of things I would like to actively avoid. The ocean.
The ocean. You're in a bad state.
I know. I just feel like there's just so much we don't know about the ocean, you know? Space. Same
Both
comment.
Frontiers.
Yeah,
both frontiers.
Same comment. If I had to make a decision to live, but the only way I could live was if I went to space, I would just choose to peacefully die in where I'm at. I don't like alligators. It's not a fear. It's more just like a general distaste for them. What else do I not like? Men.
You what?
Nothing. I really don't like in like close spaces.
It's like a little bit of claustrophobia.
Yeah, I would say like a light claustrophobia. I mean, it's not to the point where I can't be in a room with the door closed, but I think it's more of like I like to have a very clear path out of somewhere.
You like knowing your escape routes.
Exactly. Like, here's an example. So my family, we have a flaw, and it's that we like to cruise, right? I would consider myself a cruise girl. And on our last cruise, we were getting off the ship, and usually, I don't know, if you're listening to this and you've been on a cruise, you might know how it works. If you're taking your luggage off, you just line up and you get off the ship, right? And usually it's a very cordial line, and you just go and do. And this time, anarchy. There was no line, no rules. Everyone was mobbing together, and I was stuck in the middle. And my husband and my whole family had already moved on. Like, I was the last of the line. Abandoned? Not really, because he was like technically within arm's length, but they were kind of pushing through. Yeah,
they were getting ready to make way.
And I don't really remember this, but this is what my husband told me. He told me that someone else in the crowd was like, "Hey, dude, hey," and like had to shake him to get his attention, because apparently I had lost all color, and I don't think I was about to pass out, but I was definitely not in a good space. So they had to get me out of there, and I had to take my mask off because I couldn't breathe. And then elevators. I mean, I'm not afraid of elevators by any mean. Is it
part of the claustrophobia?
I think so. If I'm in an elevator with people that I know, if I'm in a tight elevator with my friends or my family, I'm fine. But the second that a group of strangers gets in, I will leave the elevator. I'm like, I'm going to take the stairs, because I don't know if I've seen too many TV shows or movies about getting stuck in an elevator with people you don't know, or...
Oh, yeah, like that one movie, Devil.
I don't know that movie, but...
Have you not seen that?
Is it a horror film?
Yes.
Then the answer is no. No, I don't. Listen, I already have enough anxiety naturally. I don't need anything to, increase that. So, yeah, being in enclosed spaces with strangers. Someone recently told me a story about how they were watching a movie and the movie theater got struck by lightning. New fear on the list.
This is a power outage. That's fine.
I think being struck by lightning is also a fear. Like, it doesn't have to be a building, just myself. I recently had a dream about that. I think I listed enough. Fair enough.
Okay.
Was that your last question?
Yeah, that concludes my questions.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having me.
Young to my age with Tucker.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for your time. Welcome to Old for My Age with Cassie, who is me, Cassie, and this is actually the real show, and that was not planned by me, at least. It was definitely planned by Tucker. Getting into the grit of things, Tucker, how are you? Introduce yourself.
I'm doing well, and this is Tucker. Just kidding, we're not going to do that again.
Tell me and the listener a little bit about yourself.
I'm just your everyday guy.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Well, like,
how old are you?
Oh, I guess I'm in my mid-20s.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I'm an accounting clerk in the corporate office for a car dealership company.
Do you like that? Do you enjoy that?
Oh, yes. It's a breeze.
That's awesome. It's so funny. I know I can say this. I don't know if you agree, but I love my job now, right? And I feel like I'm doing the least amount of work for the most amount of money that I've ever gotten.
Yeah, same.
Like, if you offered me $1 million a year to go back to working at a grocery store, bagging groceries, being a cashier, pushing carts, I wouldn't take it.
Oh, I would take that.
Oh, no. Hands down. I would not take it. Nope. I just don't really think there's anything else I can add to that.
I don't mind doing physical labor, though. It doesn't matter to me if I'm sitting at a computer for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Or if I was out, like, just interacting or moving the whole 8 hours. It doesn't matter to me what I do.
So is this your second job that you've ever had?
Yes, this is technically my second job.
Wow.
My previous job was at a local grocery chain.
Okay.
For 10 years since high school.
Wow.
I started in high school and worked for 10 years.
Well, my first job was at that same grocery chain. And something that we've come to know, even though we never worked together, is that I'm constantly seeing people that you know, that I know, because it's like...
Yeah, we have...
It's just like almost a cult.
Like hundreds of
mutual friends
and acquaintances,
Yeah.
but never bumped into each other.
It's crazy. Yeah, we went to the same high school and never, although actually we did bump into each other because you dated a girl in high school and she was in my sophomore English class, which meant that she was a junior, and then we had a tornado drill, and I remember we ducked and cover by each other.
Oh yeah.
So it's not true. Sorry to let this one out.
15 minutes by mine from high school just left.
We did know each other.
Got absorbed back in.
But our friendship has grown since then.
Greatly.
So, speaking on the connections of other people, it's funny because one of your good friends at work, I won't say his name.
That's fine.
Travis.
Oh, I meant that you don't say his name.
I know. He's one of your good friends at work, and I've actually known him since the day I was born because
he was there delivering you, right?
he did deliver me, although he was only 3 years old. He did a really
impressive.
great job. No, but his mom, if I understand the story correctly, my mom went into early labor, right? And they were not prepared, obviously, to go into labor 11 weeks early. Yeah. So Travis's mom, who was our neighbor at the time, packed a go bag for the hospital and brought it to my mom.
That's very sweet.
And I'm pretty sure that Travis came with. And actually, Travis is the older brother to my best friend, Lindsay. So it's really funny how
small world.
everyone is connected. So we met for the first time in December of last year.
No, in high school, remember?
That's right. We met again in this version of myself, new last name. Wait, no, maybe it wasn't. It was... Oh, the lightning game.
I was not there.
You didn't get to go to the lightning game, but we went to Applebee's afterwards.
No memory.
Okay. Then the time
You know
after...
that everybody in the room is nodding like this to me.
We were all with you in the
Blake
car.
wasn't there. Blake was
And
at the game.
I'm doing
but
this.
he didn't go to the Applebee's.
We tried to.
Not important.
You had to work.
Yeah, loser. Yep. Okay, not important. Then the time after that, we did Cookie Club and went to a
You
bar.
forgot the important part of the cookie club. It was going to the gym and then cookie club.
Yes.
So it defeated the whole
Well, the
purpose
first
of
time-
the hour that we spent at the gym. And it's-
I know. And what's so bad is those crumble cookies, the nutritional fact, whatever, it says like X amount of calories for whatever cookie. And that's actually only for 1/4 of the cookies.
Really?
Yes. So by eating 1/4 of 5
6
cookies,
Yeah,
you're
the 6,
having like
you know.
almost your daily
yeah, the
allotment
2
of
grams in
calories.
one bite.
So all of this goes to say what I was wondering what your first impression of me was, if you had one.
Looks like you seem nice.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Really, like unless you're being a jerk to somebody, it's everyone kind of gets the same first impression.
Okay,
It's
what
like
was your second
funny,
impression
nice,
then?
or just you're funny as well.
What was your third?
And the third one,
Yeah.
Oof.
We're not there yet.
Oof. That might be tomorrow.
That has to be the year mark of knowing each other.
No, but you care about your friends, and
Yeah, I do care about my friends. If I needed a kidney, would you give me a kidney?
if we're compatible.
Okay, I'll take it. That's it.
I'm not gonna give you a kidney if it's not gonna work.
Yeah, but if we're compatible and I needed a kidney, would you give me a kidney?
Sure.
That's really sweet. I think that means we're actually friends. That's how you know you've crossed the threshold. You give someone a non-vital organ to you, but a vital organ to me.
Yep. Inside of each other.
So recently we went to
Are you trying to describe this past weekend?
but then I just realized what you just said.
This is-
Recently we went to a redneck themed birthday party
Yes.
for Parker, who was the guest last week. It was actually everything that would be in my worst nightmare,
all collected and Logan's
all
having the
into
best
one
time.
party. But guess what? I went. I had
Yeah.
fun. I even dressed up, which I'm pretty sure there was probably a bet going around that I wasn't going to dress up, but I did.
There wasn't a bet. We knew you would.
I should have made a bet. I should have bet against myself. Yeah, so what did we have? There was American food,
Yeah, your favorite.
my least favorite food. Hamburgers, hot dogs.
There was bratwurst. That's not American.
No, that's Polish.
It's not German.
Yeah. Lots of beer, which I also don't like. But Parker had a blast. I don't know if I've ever
he had
seen
more
him
than a blast.
I've never seen him so happy. He had so much fun. And I think that wiped away all of my inner negativity towards things that were going on. Or I don't know if I said that right. However I felt about rednecks or
Like
redneck
leading into that party?
going into it was all washed away, seeing how happy he was and how much fun he got to have. And everyone did temporary tattoos.
Oh, and your husband loved them.
Oh, yeah. Insert picture of Logan's face here.
Thank you, producer.
Wow.
And my
That
favorite,
guy?
you know, my favorite temporary
He's a
tattoo
keeper.
that he put on was?
Which one?
The upside down wing.
Yes, he got a tramp stamp. It was an upside down wing. I might even put money on it that when he gets home from work today, if I lifted up his shirt, it might still be there. Because I saw it, I think it was yesterday, when he was getting dressed, and I start laughing, and he's like, "Why are you laughing at me? What? And I was like, "Your tramp stamp." And he was like, "Oh." It's like, obviously you don't wash your lower back very well in the shower. It's still there, and it hasn't been messed up in the slightest bit.
They're hard to get off of you.
Yeah, you do have to scrub. So he did have to scrub it off of his face because he did just get promoted at work, and it wouldn't have been great if he showed up to work like this.
Yeah, if your boss came in
I know.
to introduce himself.
Happy second day, Logan. What's wrong with your face?
Why? That's all I would say.
So we went in the pool and we had a water balloon fight, and it was a lot of fun. I know we live very close. How many miles is it? It has to be like 2-3
call it
miles.
3.
I don't know. But I wish it was closer so that we lived in walking distance, because one of us can't drink, so the other one can drive.
Unless you spend
like
money on the
Blake
Uber.
and Jenna live a mile away.
Yeah, so you just
If
walk
we went
over
to
there.
a pool party at their house, we could get away with walking home. Unfortunately, he doesn't
There's
have
no
a pool.
Get on that,
I got a
bud.
bathtub.
He does have a bathtub.
Oh, I'll join you. You're not in the podcast.
You got to
Don't make
ask me
faces at
some questions in your podcast. I would like to do, return the favor.
Oh, thank you.
What hobbies do you have?
I have many
Okay.
that I don't get to spend any time on.
Oh, woe is you.
It's awful.
Why don't you get to spend any time on them? I dare you to
Because my
say
loving girlfriend would spend time with me.
that is not nice.
It was so nice. I said loving.
That is not nice.
No, but
Listen, I'm just going to say it.
I don't care that you broke your elbow.
That woman is the best thing that's ever happened to you. And if she were to ever walk away,
No, I'm just kidding, though.
you might as well just turn into ash.
That's not the reason. I just have too many different things I want to do, so
It's hard to
I'm bad at
focus on
allocating
one.
time to one specific thing.
I will give you 3 hobbies to list. Go.
I like 3D printing,
Okay.
playing video games,
Okay.
and then just watching TVs and movies.
You also know a lot about vehicles.
Yeah,
I was told that you could tell me how to change a tire or change my oil.
yeah, it's really easy.
Okay,
You
walk
just
me through it.
You just go like that, then you open up the top, but you have to make sure there's a pan underneath the bottom to catch all the liquids
Yeah.
falling out. Then you put the bolt back in, pour a new liquid down the top, and then screw it back on.
So can you
And then maybe
convince me?
press your gas pedal 3 times with the key in the on position to reset
What if there's no key?
the oil meter. You don't need a key to do those things.
So it just needs to be on, and then press your gas pedal 3 times.
And it resets your oil meter in a lot of new cars.
Oh, okay. Great job explaining that. I think I will still pay the $50.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like unless you have like the ramps or anything and do it in your driveway,
no.
just go
It's just
go bring it somewhere.
Yeah, I'll just bring it somewhere.
Or you probably have free oil change if you have a new car.
I already got that. And it was
Oh.
really funny because I brought it in and I think my oil was like at 2 or 3%. So I had definitely gone over what they said
What they
to
recommend.
do. And so the guy was about to charge me. I was like, whoa, this is supposed to be my free oil change. I got 1 free oil change when I bought my new car. He goes, you haven't had an oil change yet? And he sounded so concerned.
Yeah.
But it turned out fine. I'm probably due for one soon. But now that I work from home, it's so nice. Like, I mean, I really don't. I'm way over the date, but
That doesn't really matter though.
exactly.
It's more about
the oil percentage and
just how many miles you're
mileage.
putting through it.
Yeah, not very many.
But I learned how to do all that though just from YouTube. A lot of the DIY stuff that I do is just by looking up how to do it and then just doing it. So I have a few friends that go, I don't know how you know how to do this. I'm like, I just looked it up and did it.
That is a good
It's just
skill
it's
to
about
have.
just going out and doing the thing instead of worrying about messing up or whatever.
I don't want to sound spoiled, but every time I don't know how to do something, I thankfully have someone who does know how to do it.
Or even like that, like I'll have the person teach me how to do it.
Exactly. Or just do it for you. Like you may be able to see that air vent now has a cover because Josh so gracefully put it in.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that. What else?
Do you want any of my flashcards?
No, I think I've had enough practice as an interviewer to ask you the questions. What I really want to talk about, and I know we said we didn't want to talk about it, but it's still so funny to me, and it will never not be funny to me. Do you know where I'm going?
No.
Okay. So once upon a time, pre-2017, my husband was in a relationship
With my sister.
with your sister. I mean, I know I was very nervous to meet you because I was like, I don't know what he's going to think about me. I don't know if there's any bad blood or anything.
She stole my sister's boyfriend.
Yeah. Timeline doesn't prove that, but
I can draw one.
In all fairness, from what he's told me, from what other people have told me, he was a terrible boyfriend.
See, and I
to
do my
her.
best to stay out of their business.
Yeah, that's fair. I do my best to stay in people's business, and that's why my friends are limited. But yeah, so I think it's funny that we have
it's
that
hilarious.
connection too. So
Especially when Josh wondered why Logan and I didn't hang out for the longest time.
yeah,
It was pretty great when we were riding around in a car together. I was like, there's a reason.
but you guys get along so
Oh, yeah.
well. It's
We
so
got along back
funny.
then, too.
I know.
We
It's
just
like
never hung out.
Two
'cause-
little giggling schoolgirls, like hee 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 hee,
Yeah, 'cause
like
we-
getting along.
We'd play games, like, whatever Call of Duty was out at the time. We'd play games together and hang out, but we didn't really hang out that often.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
they're preoccupied.
one day I hope to meet your sister and prove to her that I am the better. Enter last name here.
Oh, okay.
Now that we share a last name
Mm-hmm.
between me and him, of course I am.
My sister and you shared a last name.
That's not where I was going with that.
I know.
But yeah, that's a fun connection. So Emily, if you're listening to this, just know, girl, I know. You don't have to tell me I know. He did you dirty. Fortunately, Logan and I like to spend our time separate. So it works when we're together, but also works when we're apart.
Mm-hmm.
You and your girlfriend, on the other hand, are the complete opposite of Logan and I.
We spend every moment together.
I just think like...
Or most of the,
I just
most
think,
moments.
No, what I mean is your love languages, I feel, are very similar between the two of you. More compatible love language.
Oh.
I feel like that's something that I talk about every single podcast. I don't really care. I think it's a very interesting topic. I think everyone should learn about love languages and, learn how to deal with them.
Yeah, she sends me a lot of reels about them.
Yeah, so I know that you two both really value...
Sorry, I'm staring at her because she does. She gave me a face like, no, I don't. But she does.
You guys both
You sent me one yesterday about taking out
really
the garbage.
value quality time, and I know Angelica values physical touch.
Mm-hmm.
Although when I try to hug her, she doesn't hug me as hard as she hugs you.
Well, she used to not like hugs.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So did you change that?
Maybe.
What's your primary love language?
Well, it used to be touch, but now it's just quality time.
Okay. What do you think changed that, or when and what point did it change? Do you think? Okay, hold on. Let me rephrase that question. Do you think your love language changed?
I think they all
in order
change.
to balance with hers. Like, do you think that that's how it works? Do they change in order to meet the needs of your partner?
I think so.
Okay.
I think most people, or some, maybe not all people, but most people, or some people, even if it's not all,
Yeah.
I think change, like how your taste buds change over time.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things.
I
The brain just
definitely think-
rewires itself over time.
I definitely think mine has changed.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think anything's concrete
Yeah.
with the human.
when I retook my test, I think I got different answers than I did like 3 years ago.
And it's all based on how you're feeling in that moment too.
Also, those tests are
like the
really
Harry-
hard
Well,
because
it's also like like the Harry Potter test. It's gonna change
yeah, it's good.
what house you get.
Good one. That's a great
But Slytherin
comparison.
for life.
When I was in summer camp, I was put into Gryffindor, but now I think I'm more of a Hufflepuff.
What do you think changed?
I think I'm a little punk.
You a little punk?
Yeah, I'm a little punk. Like, I don't think I'm brave enough to be a Gryffindor.
Would be a little punk kind of like fit into being a Gryffindor though?
No, I think that for me, my understanding Gryffindor, they're very brave and
Yeah.
courageous. I'm not brave.
Oh, okay.
I'm brave to some extent, but not enough to be a Gryffindor. Yeah, love languages. Interesting. It's interesting to spend time with other couples. I've never really had the opportunity to do it to this extent before. I love it. I love observing. I love learning. I want to get better in my everyday relationships.
Yeah.
So moving on to the deeper side, something
Into
that I
the
wanted
ocean.
to talk to you about was, I don't know if this is an offensive term or not. So if it is,
I'm already offended.
you were a military brat.
Okay.
Is that an offensive term?
I mean, no, it's not.
Is there a
it's
better
two
way?
words.
Is there a better way to label that? A child of a
Sorry.
military
No, it
professional.
doesn't matter. It's the same
Okay.
thing.
And you moved a lot.
Yeah, every 2 to 3 years.
That stinks. How did that impact your life?
You just kind of get used to breaking off friendships cleanly.
Yeah.
And then you either make friends quickly again or really acquaintances. If you're not, if you're not gonna make full friendships when you're moving, you at least make acquaintances that you that
You
we
get
have someone
to
at
get through the
school.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you share where you've lived before?
Yeah, so I was born in Louisiana, and as a toddler, we moved to the good old tropical Hawaii,
Ah, so cool.
Georgia, California, Virginia, Georgia again. And then after middle school, we moved here
Okay.
to Florida.
You've lived in Florida for how long? It's been at least 10
It's been
years.
like at least half my life.
Okay. So you've been, steady here for a long time. This is where you would call home.
Yeah, so I put on my name tag at work.
Oh, okay. Do you have any advice for any children who are in a similar situation to that?
Let's just make do.
Make do.
That's all you can really do. I mean, but like the internet's also a bigger thing now.
Yeah.
Than even when I was a kid. So it's a lot easier. Like every kid has an iPad, it seems like.
Yeah.
Where they're always on the phone, or you see they're not talking to them like through whatever like voice chat. They have like easy messenger now.
So it's easier to keep in contact with people is what you're saying? Okay. Yeah.
So they're not gonna like feel like like now there's more online games. There's more things you do online.
So that
than when you could 15 years ago.
Got it.
When I was moving around like it was, and kids are getting on the internet early, like at a younger age now.
Where was your favorite place that you lived?
I like Virginia a lot.
Okay.
Like California was nice. I was like 7 and 8 when I was there, so we walked to school.
Oh, that's cool.
Every day and like went to the beach pretty often there.
Aw.
But I like Virginia because you actually had the seasons. I like the cold.
Yeah.
So I don't mind being cold for a couple months, and Virginia had the best balance, I feel like, of the states, where you had an actual winter, you had an actual fall where you get to see the leaves fall. You had a summer where it was kind of hot, and then spring when everything grows back in.
Yeah.
It felt more balanced.
That's something that I wish I would have done before I settled down. I mean, I did move to Tallahassee, which is basic Georgia Junior.
Yeah.
But I wish I would have moved somewhere with more of actual seasons because I never got to experience like a real winter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like I used to go I would go sledding during the winter sometimes.
That's insane.
If it happened to snow that year.
I mean, Florida winter is like
it's fake.
It's like fall junior everywhere else. And
that's why it's annoying. Like I want to wear.
I'm very grateful for it. I do like the weather that we have, but I hate the heat. Oh God, it's just awful. Yeah. Anything else you want to add on that, like moving around and stuff?
The other difficult thing would be is when you're moving around a lot. Every state has a different education system.
Yeah.
So I always joke that I don't have a real lesson on Christopher Columbus.
Oh my God.
Just like the most basic lesson that you would get when I went to school. I always joke about it, but I learned about the history of each state more because of that.
Yeah.
So I know a little bit about what happened in California before the Civil War.
Gotcha.
Wherever.
Focus more on state. Yeah.
I had a lot of more state specific history lessons.
Difficult. Yeah. Especially with like math, right? Like.
Oh no, I exceeded at math.
Oh.
That was my strong suit.
That is not something that I could say. No.
That was always my strength.
I think I would have done better if I would have applied myself, but I have no excuse. I was just lazy.
Yeah, I just like puzzles and logic, so.
I do too, to some extent, but well, I wanted to bring up one last hobby before we start wrapping things up.
Okay.
Legos.
You
love Legos, right?
Yeah, they're fun. Fun for the whole.
Well, don't you
age.
know it? I have a Lego miniature Muppets edition coming your way.
You have a Muppet coming from the table onto the ground?
Girl.
Blake, please scamper across the ground to get that for us.
Okay. So,
oh my gosh.
Have you watched our recent episodes?
I know of the Muppets.
I want you to close your eyes. Which Muppets do we already have so far?
I listed them off last time I was here. It's Animal, Kermit, Miss Piggy, the chef.
That man had his eyes open.
I don't remember.
Cheater!
I forget the last one.
All right.
Is it Gonzo?
Since you're a cheater.
Gonzo. Just because I look at them doesn't mean I remember their names.
Cheater. What do you think that one is?
You get some audio texture in here for Josh.
You are taking way too long.
I feel like it's Miss Piggy. Even though you already have one.
If it's Miss Piggy, you can take it home.
I'll gift it to someone. I mean, I'll keep it as a souvenir forever.
Oh my god, you're killing me.
Oh, it's Kermit.
Another Kermit.
You got two.
Two Kermits. I'm a little bit displeased. This is our first repeat one. I was hoping we would go on a streak of getting all 12 without any repeats, but you
got half of them.
We live and we learn. You know, we're at the end of our podcast here. I feel like it's been pretty fun. You got to pick a snack attack of the week.
Yes, and I chose Pocky Sticks, so please pass one package out to everybody in the room.
This is not a new snack for me. I have had them before.
Oh, same. I just haven't had them in a long time. And she ate one right before the podcast started.
Gasp. No, I didn't.
I mean, no, she didn't.
So these are the Pocky cookies and cream ones. And this is an unpopular opinion, but
on set.
To me, they taste like banana a little bit. I don't know why.
Banana?
I don't know why. Your teeth are jewels, not tools.
You know, it's really fun eating them the wrong
Blake
way.
doesn't like them.
I'm a big fan of cookies and cream stuff.
Me too.
This is not one of them.
Yeah, he doesn't
This
like
is
them.
like-
Angelica's not a fan either.
They went for cookies and cream. You say banana?
It has like a banana essence to
There's
it.
nothing in it.
It's just
There's nothing.
bland.
This ain't it.
These are okay.
It's a no for me, dog.
I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10.
Give it a negative 6 out of 10.
Blake, you're not a co-host.
I think 7.5.
That's Savannah, by the way.
I really enjoy Savannah's professional voice.
I'll give it like a 3 out of 10.
Josh says 3 out of 10 for anyone who
As he's
listens
eating
or
4
cares.
at once.
Well, thanks for coming, Tucker. That was a lot of fun.
Hold on.
It's-
I didn't get my score yet.
Oh, sorry.
It's probably like a 5. They're okay.
I think that's fair.
She listed a 0.
It was a fun snack to have.
Like, they're not the worst.
One
I just can't
bonus
stop eating
is
them.
I didn't have to buy it. Well, let's see. Peeps, today's Tuesday. We normally record on a Thursday. Our schedule is off a little bit. As of right now, we have 88 followers on Instagram. Not much growth in the last week, if I'm being honest, which is weird because a few of our reels have gotten some traction, so I thought it would have grown a little bit. But I would like you to consider liking, subscribing, and sharing this podcast. We have an Instagram, a TikTok, a Twitter, a YouTube. We're really trying to grow to get, reach people, if you know what I mean.
You feel?
You feel? As always, Tucker, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to the Pink Room. Thank you for entertaining the listener. I appreciate your time. I hope that you, as the listener, get to skip down the sidewalk with a friend. And if you are incapable of skipping down the sidewalk with your friend, I hope that you get to take a stroll in whatever form of transportation you prefer. I hope that you get to eat your favorite fruit or vegetable. I hope that you find a penny on the ground, head side up, and that you get to make a really cool wish. Toodaloo. No!
Hello.
Toodaloo.